Blog Talk Radio.
That's it. One love, everybody. Well, hello from my heart. This is Rock and Roll Reverend Sue, and we have another great edition of Transitions to Transformation radio show tonight. And tonight we have a very special guest. His name is Christopher Corbell, and he's put together a wonderful event. It's called One World, One Love Peace Day International event, and it's going to be at Sacred Lands Preservation in St. Petersburg, Florida, on July 15th. So I'm looking very much forward to talking with Chris, and I just want to give you Chris's background. Christopher Corbell grew up in Berkeley, California, and was exposed at a young age to music, art, and culture. And now, as a published author, drummer, and jeweler, he creates handcrafted jewelry using crystals and stones he considers gifts from the earth to create his line of Mojo jewelry. That's pretty cool. And earlier this year, he created a special line after talking with a friend that would honor Africa, and he calls it Kuku Mojo, as Kuku, K-U-K-U, is an ancient drum that he loves. So he began the new line of jewelry, and he felt it was somehow empty in concept. This is when he decided to give back to Africa his energy and love. This is when he began building an orphanage in Uganda, Africa, where a friend of his oversees 72 children who have lost their families to the HIV disease and other problems. Instead of just giving money, he decided to donate all profits from his new line to charity in Africa, and that's really cool. He deals in amazing African trade 3 beads that have been around since the 1600s and still gives all the profits to the children. His goal is to create a standard in orphanages where the children can sustain themselves. Solar electricity, crops, livestock, and fishing ponds where they can be fed, as well as sell meat and vegetables in the local markets there to produce an income. Then comes the ability for them to sell handmade items online as he builds websites and knows his way around digital marketing. He decided to start a Florida nonprofit company called One World, One Love International, Incorporated, so that he could offer companies tax incentives to make donations. While he sells his jewelry in markets and online, he is now working with master drummer Papa Malik, where they decided to get the kids in Senegal, Africa, to turn over their firearms for drums, and that's really amazing. He continues to work hard with many local people who are drummers, artists, and all-around fantastic people to achieve his goals of improving humanity through love and peace. His new One World, One Love upcoming event is on Saturday, July 15th, and like I said earlier, at Sacred Lands in St. Petersburg, where many special drumming performers are coming to create a wonderful event where money can be generated through ticket sales that can be used for charity. And Christopher can be found on Facebook at Christopher Corbell, at Corbell, and also another Facebook page is One World, One Love International, and Christopher's website, www.christopher, CHRISTOPHER, Corbell, CORBELL.com. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Christopher on and talk about this wonderful event that's coming up.
Wow. Hello, Sue. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I sure can.
Oh, that's
sound
great.
wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of those wonderful words. I really appreciate that. Wow.
Oh, anytime, anytime. I'm just thankful that you do the work you do because it helps so many people, especially the children that have, lost their folks. And, if you can, just tell us about this event. It sounds really exciting.
Well, yeah, it is absolutely, it's absolutely going to be amazing. I attended an event at Sacred Lands several months ago, and I didn't even know that it existed there, right on the water in St. Pete, and it's just such an amazing. So I had the opportunity. Oh yeah. Drum Master Papa Malik from Senegal, from the Ivory Coast of Africa, is such a wonderful person. He kind of put me together with the management, the people that own Sacred Lands. He already knew them very well. And we went and visited them, and we talked to them about the possibility of doing a peace day, like an international peace day kind of event, to bring all the communities together and just share a day where we can love one another, where we can just enjoy the space and play drums, there's a lot of drummers in our community. It's actually pretty big. I've been drumming now for a couple of years, and I love it. And I love the people that I drum with. They're really quite amazing. And, he is just an unbelievable teacher and drummer. And, we're doing this together because his goal is to set up a charity to remove these guns that these children walk around with, which is, if you saw the pictures, it would just blow your mind. They're like ready for war, and they're like 6 years old, and replace those guns with drums. So, they turn over a firearm, and we give them a drum so that they can start drumming together instead of shooting at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, what a great program you have. I mean, this is what the world needs. It needs love. It needs.
It's true.
Music and just things to bring people together instead of tearing them apart. So I think what you do is fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, Malik's family, his family is over 900 years of drum makers in Africa, and there is such a rich, beautiful history there that he shares with all of us. And so it's actually quite amazing if you just sit down with him for a little while and talk with him about it. You'll suddenly start to see like the bigger picture and what he brings to the table. And the man is just so amazing that I love him, and I'm really, really honored to know him. And so, I'm going to work real hard together with him and a lot of other people that really care. And, that's just one program that I'm involved in right now. So the other portion of the benefit is to raise money for an orphanage that I'm building in Uganda, Africa. It's actually in Masindi, which is just a little while north of Kampala. And Uganda is considered the pearl of Africa. I didn't know that. I was told that. And it's such an amazing portion of planet Earth that, it's mind-blowing. The animals and the nature that's there is pretty incredible. And, when I used to think of Africa, I'd think of giraffes and elephants. And now I've been exposed to, more in-depth culture, and what's going on with these children is that there is a large population of children that are without family and have to figure out how to sustain life with food and actually try to get an education. And it's pretty, when you really look at it, it's kind of hard. And, I really didn't understand it until I started really diving into the area of the orphanages and these kids. And it just all kind of came together for me personally, where I was then able to actually create income with the jewelry, and rather than put it in my pocket, I thought I would give it back.
Wow, that's fantastic. And it's going towards a great cause, just helping so many people, especially the children, and it's just amazing. And I'm just so thankful that I sit here and I think, it's like, how can I help people? And this is just a very loving, wonderful way to help people, especially exchanging the drums for the guns. I mean, that's just, when I first heard about it, it blew my mind. I was like, wow. That is just awesome.
I know. I never realized that what a single dollar bill could do for a child in another country, such as Uganda, Africa. I didn't realize, I used to spend $3, $4, $5 on the Starbucks at, coffee. And it's like $1. $1 can feed a child 3 meals in a day. It can provide a pair of shoes. Yeah, it's mind blowing. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Every dollar helps, absolutely. And I know a lot of people will be coming to this event, and I was also wondering, is there some place where people can donate on an everyday basis, or whenever they choose? Would that be on your site, chriscorbell.com?
Well, they can, yes. If a person wanted to actually donate money, they could visit my website, and along the main bar of the site it says Give Back. And under Give Back, you'll see Uganda, Africa, and then if you click on that, you will be able to read up about all the different ways in which you can actually give back. My company is One World, One Love International, as you mentioned earlier, and it is a Florida nonprofit organization that I'm currently in the throes of getting a 501c3 tax ID number so that I can provide larger companies or anybody actually with the ability to, money off their taxes or whatever, to help them out. But on my Facebook page, One World, One Love International, there is a way you can donate there. You just kind of have to look for it. You have to scroll down a little bit, and you'll see it. Or you can do so right on my website. I've set up a GoFundMe account for Lucky's Orphanage, which is the name of the actual orphanage, Lucky's Orphanage. And if you search that, Lucky's like luck, the word Lucky apostrophe S, orphanage, and you can find it there. I'll post it on my Facebook page as well. And that way people can learn more about what's going on. A lot of people I've run into, not a lot, but some of them are like, well, is that really an orphanage? Is that for real? And, it absolutely is. There's a lot of stuff on money out in the world, but this is a legitimate orphanage where there are 72 kids that really need our help. And so that's just one target. Once I build this orphanage, it's going to be a model orphanage. And when I say model orphanage, I mean where I can actually reproduce it anywhere in the world. Because I'm getting people are reaching out to me from Nepal, Tibet, Philippines, Canada. I mean, there are people in need all over the planet. This is just, it happens to be the place for me where I wanted to create a model system that isn't just airdropping money on people all the time, where they can actually sustain their own life through the livestock and the gardens and the fishery system that we're going to put in, where they can not only provide themselves with food, but also sell these products in the local markets and make money, to support themselves, to buy clothing and seek out medical medicines when they need it and things like that. But because I've been in digital marketing for 20-something years, my goal is to, at the right time, build them a website and actually go see them and sit down with them and figure out something that they can make with their hands that they can turn around and offer the world that's beautiful, and be able to have an online store where they can sell these handmade items from them in Uganda, Africa, which is amazing, and be able to send them to wherever people buy them from around the world. So that is, 72 kids. These are kids. They're real kids that love music. They love art. They love to play, and they love to, and they're learning. And they're learning English, and they're getting. So right now, some of the income that we've been able to send to Uganda has just purchased them all new books for school and pencils. And the next thing is to try to get them, more shirts and things. These kids grow quickly. So we want to, if you're a mom, So they are, we're trying to keep them moving and keep them in school and keep them fed right now while we're buying the land for the orphanage that we want to build, which is about 3 acres that's going to be needed to actually put their quarters on, where they have running water from a drilled natural well, and then an actual solar system, a solar type of system put in, which will provide them with electricity, because right now they don't even have power. Could you imagine?
Wow. I know.
They live in the dark.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think that there are people in this world that still don't have the same amenities that we do, and
I know.
Just anything that your program can do that could teach them to be self-sustaining and
That's
and
right.
just run on solar energy, that would be fantastic.
Solar energy, and then for us it'll be $6 per chicken, and I'm going to need probably about 50 of them. It's a lot of work, and we're doing this from the other side of the world too. So imagine, we've really had to set up and verify and make sure that the lines work to be able to transport money from here to so-and-so, his brother, and then over to him, and then using it and planning, what to do with it. And it's a lot of work, and but it's very necessary, because once this is actually done and is up and running and succeeding, then it's done. Then we can move on to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. So I currently am connected to so many incredible, loving people. It's shocking how amazing some of the people that I'm connected to right now, that I'm friends with, are. It blows me away. And they are incredible artists and musicians, and they love to drum, and they love the world of drumming. Actually, it's quite amazing. But they are all coming together to support what Papa Malik and I are doing on the Say No to Guns and Get a Drum campaign, and then the orphanage that I'm working on in Africa too. It's mind-blowing how incredibly beautiful these people are. And so they're coming together to back us up and play with their bands, and they're all performers, and they're so good at what they do, combined with the fact that they're incredible, that it's really going to be a show that people can experience, and hopefully they'll never forget. That's the goal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a very, I'm sure for them, an amazing experience just to be, just to feel the love and to also learn some trades and be able to be, self-sustaining. It's just an amazing thing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It really, really is. Yeah, I know. It just really, really is. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm connected to so many wonderful people that they're willing to just stand behind me on this and join forces, so to speak, in creating peace and creating love and caring about these children and some of the going on around the world that we're trying to fix. You know, it's like, it's mind-blowing.
Oh, I know.
I could sit here and give you a list of names that would take us 20 minutes to get through. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like that. Including you, for having me on your show for a few minutes tonight. I'm just like, wow, that's awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and we have to thank our mutual friend, Reverend Nicole Siebel, and she's
a beautiful soul too.
Yes,
yeah, she really is. I love her to death, and so she contacted me today or yesterday and last night or this morning and let me know, and I was like, ooh, all right. You know, so thank you, Nicole.
Well, that's good. It was perfect timing. Yes, thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great friend, and and she's going to be doing energy healing, I believe, that day too. She's going to be teaching that, so that would be awesome.
Yes, I have actually asked her to please come and, share her abilities and talk to people about that kind of a thing, and she will be there. She will be there, and so will my good friend Fella. He is going to be there as well. I love this man, tons of soul, and he's a real brother, so he's going to be there as well. And Dr. Love will be there first thing in the morning. Dr. George Love is he's an incredible man as well, and he will be running a Qigong class right at between 10 and 10:30. The gates open at 10 in the morning, and he'll be the first in line there to work his magic and his craft. So he's a healer, and he I've met him at a drumming event just a few months back, and we talked for a little while, and I just think he's an amazing man. So he's going to be there as well, first thing. So everybody who wants to learn about Qigong should be there right when the gates open, and walk around and just get comfortable and then do his class. So that's pretty cool. And then we're going to get into, drumming. Drum performances, drumming classes where people can learn different African rhythms and how to play them. And then we have the unbelievable group called Jane, run by Sally Ann Dalton and Cindy Bailey, who are just such incredible people. If you were to meet either of them or any of the people in the band Jane, you would just fall in love with them immediately. And they'll be doing drum performances as well as singing bowl performances too. And a lot of other people will be there as well. The drum master, Papa Malik, who I spoke about a few minutes ago, he will be performing there, and you just don't want to miss that. It's an incredible opportunity to experience some real culture and real drumming and real soul. So I love him. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Sounds like an amazing day that's lined up with all these. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. So
healers. Oh,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, and I just added on earlier today. What's interesting is I just added on King James will be there as well, and he would like to have some time to perform with his drum tribe that he has, and I'm real honored because I love him. He's a really good man. He has an incredibly huge heart, and he's had me on his radio show in Clearwater before when I did a benefit at Sleeper Woods in Dunedin. And I got to spend some time with him, and it's just such an honor. I love him, and I'm just honored to know him. So it's super, super exciting, Reverend Sue.
I'm excited already. I'm excited already. I can't wait to go and check it all out. And it's all for a great cause. You know, it's helping people to help themselves, and it's just been fantastic. And I just wanted to once again remind everybody that this event takes place at Sacred Lands Preservation in St. Petersburg, Florida, July 15th. And what time again do the doors open?
That's right. The doors open at 10 a.m., and that'll give you a little bit of time to just kind of walk around and experience the atmosphere there. There's like beautiful peacocks just walking around, and it's an ancient Indian preservation as well, and they do so much for the community. And so it opens up at 10 a.m., and there will be parking and people to greet you, and the tickets are $15. That is basically all for charity. That's going to cover the charity organizations that we need to get really moving. So portion of that will also go to Sacred Lands because they are nonprofit and they need to be supported as well because they just do. It's an incredible place. If you've ever been there, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, and they host all kinds of events like this, and they're just, wonderful people. It's really, anybody out there that's never been, you should really go. It's just a great place to go to these type of events. And there's also some musical events as well, too. And there's going to, of course, be music at this one, too. But, they host so many different things, and it's such a beautiful place.
Yeah, it really is. And their website, I believe, is if you just Google Sacred Lands of St. Petersburg, you'll see it come up right there. And they have a calendar of events on their website, which you can look at. There's always stuff going on there for kids and for local businesses and things like that. And so they are just. I'm really grateful that they gave us open arms. You know, they welcomed me with open arms, and it's really exciting. So yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. and one final thing, if you want to order tickets online, you just go to the Chris Corbell website, right? ChrisCorbell.com.
Yep, that's right. You can go to on Facebook. It's like everybody's on Facebook. You can type in One World, One Love International, and it'll pull up my One World, One Love International page. And you can go there, and you just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see it. It's Saturday, July 15th. And if you click on that, there's a link to purchase tickets through what's called Eventbrite. So it'll just take you to another page where you can purchase a ticket online, or you can just send me a message through One World, One Love International, the page there, and I'll answer you. And I have tickets, like hard copy tickets that I could mail you or drive to give you or whatever. Or you can just show up at the gate, and, children 12 and under are free of charge, and everybody else is just $15, and it's so worth it. It's like what we want to bring to you at this event is really, really, really strong, very powerful energy, and it's a lot of cultural, activity and drumming and peace and love, and that's it. So I hope everybody can make it out.
Yeah, that's great. So once again, everybody, One World, One Love, Peace State event at Sacred Lands Preservation in St. Petersburg, Florida on July 15th, 2017. Right. Coming up soon. So definitely come and support, Chris and his cause, and, help people to help themselves by going to this wonderful event. And, before we go, I'm going to play Love is the Answer by England Dan and John Ford Coley. Talk about a blast from the past.
Wow, right?
Song to take this show out, and I want to thank you again, Chris, for what you do, number one, and number two, coming, and talking about this event on my show. So, I look forward to meeting you in person, and We'll see you
Wow.
there at One World, One Love.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reverend Sue. It's been wonderful to be here with you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Same here.
All right.
Have a blessed night, everybody, and especially you too, Chris.
All right, you too. Bye-bye now.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
When you've lost your